Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Blind Boys Politics. I'm Nicholas Rod. Chris Baker is here as well, and he will start us off by reading us the weather.
Los Angeles, partly cloudy, 57. Houston, Texas. Today, you're getting some rain, 74. Chicago, Illinois, snow, 33. New York City, partly cloudy, 41.
See, I looked at the weather earlier for where we are in New York, and it's crazy the contrast between New York City and upstate where we are because if I remember correctly, it's only going to be like 20 here, 25?
Well, they got big, tall buildings there.
True. Got to block out some of that cold.
Yeah. And they don't have, like, the wind issue.
Yeah, true. Although our wind is nothing compared to, like, say, Midwest Nebraska type. Imagine Nebraska type winds here.
No thanks. I don't know. Last spring was a freaking windy spring.
It was.
Not like Nebraska, but it was a lot more windier than normal.
No, I'll agree with you there. It was kind of... Weather's been very strange, to say the least, over the past year or so.
Well, how are you doing today, Nick?
That's a good question, Chris. I don't have an answer. Which I guess is an answer in itself. I'm okay, I suppose. It hasn't been the most exciting weekend, but that's fine with me, honestly.
I know you're getting so much schoolwork done.
You know it. No, that's tomorrow's project.
I just had to insert that piece so we can send it to your teachers. Are we all set? Can we get on with the recording now?
Look, all my teachers know my work output rate, but
no, I think what your terminology you're looking for is procrastination.
I mean, there's but
and your teachers personally have emailed me and asked me to fix you, and I said, listen, I'm trying to fix him myself for what I want him to do for me. I ain't gonna fix him to do what you want him to do for you.
Oh, God.
One battle at a time here, okay?
I mean, I'm pretty decent for everything I do here, I'd say. I have my little routine.
Better.
I have my routine.
Better.
I have my routine.
You've gotten better.
Yeah.
I will give you credit there. You have gotten better.
Progress.
Because in the beginning, you waited until the last minute, and now I don't know if you're just scared of me yelling at you or you just get it done to get it done.
No, I'm definitely not scared of you. Not even a little bit. I know you have a chainsaw, but I'm not scared of you, sir.
Okay. Give it time.
Oh, God. But we've talked about how I am, or my lack of knowing of how I am. What about you, Chris?
I'm upset, but I'm also happy.
Oh, that sounds conflicting. Care to elaborate?
Because I'm upset because technology has not been my friend today.
No, it hasn't.
But I'm happy because tomorrow is a big day for me.
Oh?
We're remodeling our kitchen. And if you've been listening here for a while, you all kind of know that I have like this cooking, baking thing, you know?
Obsession.
So Monday they're coming to get a template done for our countertops. We're getting granite countertops.
Fancy.
Tomorrow we're going shopping for a new sink, a backsplash, paint, flooring, and a sink faucet. Wow. And what's that? I think I'm forgetting something. I don't know. I have a list, but we're going to Lowe's tomorrow. My two main thing is backsplash and sink.
Sounds pretty exciting. Tracking back though for a second with your issue with technology. Yeah, guys, I'm surprised I didn't hear something shatter a few minutes ago just before starting this. I thought we were going to see a full-blown fight between Chris and his iPad here.
Earlier in the week, I thought I was going to be you and throw it. But then I realized, oh, wait, this thing's like brand new. It costs more than, what I have in the bank. So, you know
Yeah.
what? We're just not going to throw this. We'll throw something that's not mine. Nick, can I borrow your phone?
No, you may not. No, I get what you mean though. That's me all the time. They're like, oh, I want to make this into a frisbee, but then my soul or what's left of it will be crushed.
See,
And
my soul wouldn't be crushed. My checking account would be crying
well, yeah, that too.
because I won't. You know what? Now that I've had this iPad, I'll never be able to live without one like this one. Like I have the Apple Pencil, I have the iPad, and then I have the Magic Keyboard.
Hmm.
I, I, anyone that knows me, like once I have one Apple product, I will never live without that Apple product.
You
Like
know,
I
it's
have the watch, I'll never be able to not have a watch.
right.
I have the HomePod, will never be able to live without one of them. Like things that you really don't need, I'll never be able to live without anymore.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean about, you know, the love for the Apple products. I have my watch now. I love the thing. Use it every day. And no, I need it. I need it. Need my phone. I have a ton of Apple products too. iPad, Mac, everything.
I
Since we're
have
talking
all the
so much about
boxes for mine.
since we're talking so much about Apple, hey, Apple, want to sponsor?
Please.
Please?
Just don't listen to the episode when I was complaining about you, okay? Just listen to this, okay?
just listen to
Hit
how
me
much
up,
we
Tim
rave.
Cook. Hit me up, Tim Cook. You know our email. Or slide into our Twitter DMs, okay?
Exactly. Just send us a quick little message. We'll work out all the details.
$1,000 in view.
Oh boy.
But with that being said, let's get on to a more serious note. We got a COVID-19 update along with the vaccine because those two things are now running side by side. It's the race to the finish
Yeah.
line, pretty much,
Yeah,
one could say.
exactly.
In New York and Florida, 20,000 appointments for the vaccine were canceled due to not having COVID-19 vaccine supplies. And 29% of healthcare workers are hesitant to get the vaccine. To crack down on this, some employers at hospitals and doctors' offices are offering an extra day off. TVs in one hospital, a $500 check if you get the vaccine.
That's pretty crazy. $500 check to get a vaccine. But schools across the country are trying to reopen right now. Schools in Dallas, Texas are buying air scrubbers to help with keeping everything clean. Schools in Ohio are trying to open, trying to get their elementary schools open by February 1st.
The infection rate is down in 44 states, with only one state on the rise, and that is West Virginia. The 5 other states have stayed the same. The CDC is now saying that you should be waiting to get your second shot of the COVID-19 vaccine 6 weeks instead of the original 4 weeks.
Walgreens is hoping to have all of their nursing home residents vaccinated by the end of January, and 900,000 people filed for unemployment for the first time 2 weeks ago.
President Joe Biden signed 2 more executive orders Friday. These are relating to your previous stimulus checks. So you might want to listen up to what we have to say. The first executive order has 2 parts. The first part expands SNAP qualifications and increase PEBT programs by 15% through the USDA.
The second part of this executive order urges the Treasury Department to find a way to get your stimulus to you now instead of on your 2020 taxes. The IRS is currently saying that about 8 million qualifying people haven't received their stimulus yet. And one of President Biden's key economic members has stated that there might be a new portal on irs.gov.
And the second executive order is the direct review of President Biden's plan to ultimately make all federal employees / contractors increase their wage to a minimum of $15 an hour.
So there are kind of a lot of questions here. How do you qualify? How do you apply? Well, after lots of research done by Chris here, there really isn't an answer at this time. That's something that we'll have to wait for and see how it's addressed down the road.
In Friday's press briefing, there was an economic update. And in this economic update, they want to give 15% to lower income brackets and benefits. They want to get schools reopened so in effect they can get parents back to work. And then, it's a chain reaction is what they're trying to get happen. But we have a piece of audio to play here.
First is, if you look at the elements of the American Rescue Plan, it was designed with a bottom-up focus on what are experts saying is the actual need. What's the actual need to get schools open? What's the actual need to have a national vaccination distribution plan? If we don't act now, we will be in a much worse place, and we will find ourselves needing to do much more to dig out of a much deeper hole. The risk of doing too little, the risk of undershooting, far outweighs the risk of doing too much. And that's the economic logic, the economic case behind this package.
So after this, Jen Psaki gave a full press briefing and said the next press briefing will be today, the day that this episode is released.
President Trump, he's in some legal trouble in New York. The Manhattan District Attorney is doing an investigation into the Trump Organization. The Attorney General has reportedly gotten a hold of President Trump's tax returns. He may be under investigation for tax fraud, insurance fraud, falsification of business records.
Michael Cohen, who was his former lawyer, is cooperating with the investigation. He's providing whatever they ask for. President Trump has not been convicted of anything yet. The investigation still isn't complete. He's also facing a civil suit after being accused by 2 women of sexual harassment. So the first case is from Summer Various, a former contestant on the show The Apprentice. And the second case is coming from E.G. Carroll, former writer of the Elle magazine. After he denied the allegations in June of 2019, they filed for defamation. And that's all we have on that at this time.
Moving into more legal trouble that President Trump has, we have an official schedule for the impeachment trials to begin. Today, January 25th at 7 p.m., the articles of impeachment will be delivered to the Senate.
Tomorrow, January 26th, senators are sworn in as jurors, and the Senate will issue a summons for President Trump.
Tuesday, February 2nd, President Trump is required to submit his answers to articles of impeachment, and the House to submit their pre-brief.
On Monday, February 8th, President Trump's pre-trial brief is due.
Tuesday, January 9th, the House members submit rebuttals to President Trump's pre-trial brief, and then the trial will begin.
This was announced by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Friday, and we have a little clip of that we will play right here.
Senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against the United States.
President Trump picked Butch Bowers from South Carolina to represent him. President Trump acts as the defense with his team. The Senate will act as the jury. But to be convicted, it takes 2/3 majority, so that will take all Democrats and independents, along with 17 Republicans.
So at this time, not everything is cleared up. There's still a few questions floating around, like who will preside over this impeachment trial. Usually it's the Chief Justice, but that's usually just for sitting presidents. And another big question right now is how long is this trial going to take?
There's some more investigation and more information coming out after the Capitol riots January 6th. One person that was arrested was involved in a group chat giving him directions. He received information where the House and Senate members were and directions on how to get there as well.
So this points to an idea, one that's actually being investigated now, that these people were getting information from inside the Capitol. And this is an investigation that is going to be considered as President Trump's impeachment trial begins.
Friday, President Biden had a phone conference with the Prime Minister of Canada. On the phone conference, the Prime Minister expressed he wasn't happy with President Biden's executive order suspending work on the oil pipeline. On the call, they also discussed climate change and making better technology for identifying planes that fly over America's and Canada's border.
So next we have some news regarding the lottery, because there was a Powerball winner. Someone finally won it. This was the first time that both Powerball and Mega Millions were both over 700 million. There was a single ticket sold for each of these. This was a 1 in 262 million of a chance. Powerball was 730 million. Mega Millions was 970 million. And yeah.
You know what I think we should do that just a little interesting. The top 10 highest amounts for the Powerball and Mega Millions.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Number 10 was a $587.5 million Powerball ticket sold in November 2012. There was 2 tickets from Arizona and Missouri.
At number 9, we have a $590.5 million Powerball win. There was 1 ticket sold in May of 2013, and that came from Florida.
Number 8, $648 million Mega Millions, December of 2013. 2 tickets sold from California and Georgia.
Number 7, we have a 656 million Mega Millions win. There were 3 tickets for this one. This came in March of 2012, and the 3 tickets came from Kansas, Illinois, and Maryland.
Number 6, $687.8 million Powerball, October of 2018. 2 tickets sold from Iowa and New York.
At number 5, we have the Powerball win we just talked about at $731.1 million. And it was a single ticket. As said before, this came from Maryland.
Number 4 is $758.7 million, a Powerball ticket in August of 2017. 1 ticket sold from Massachusetts.
Ranking at number 3 is a $768.4 million Powerball win. A single ticket was sold. This came in March of 2019, and the ticket was from Wisconsin.
Number 2 was a 1.537 billion, yes, you heard me right, billion, Mega Millions ticket in October of 2018. Only one ticket sold in South Carolina.
And finally, at number 1, we have a $1.586 billion Powerball win. 3 tickets sold. This came back in January of 2016. The tickets came from California, Florida, and Tennessee. Hey guys, so a bit of an editor's note here for you. We goofed up a little bit. So the Mega Millions win that we talked about alongside the Powerball win before this list, that was supposed to go in at number 3. So this would have pushed everything from number 3 to number 10 back one and would have slid the Mega Millions win right in there at number 3. But that's all. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Are you ready to get into some rapid news?
I am always ready to get into some rapid news, Chris.
Okay. The Olympics are scheduled to start July 23rd.
The NFL is inviting 7,500 vaccinated healthcare workers to the Super Bowl.
Lloyd Austin was confirmed to Biden's cabinet as the Secretary of Defense, and the vote was 93-2. And Nick, can you tell me some good news, please?
All right, so today I have a bit of a crazy story. So there was a family who fell upon just terrible, terrible times due to the pandemic. This family, no one had a job, and so it was this mother, her son, and 2 other family members. They ended up living in a shed, and they only had $12 left by June. And the son, who's only 8 years old, took that $12 and bought some plants to grow, and he sold them for profit, and then started buying more and kept selling for profit. Well, his story got out, and a GoFundMe page was started, and it was for his very own business. He called it Aaron's Garden, and the GoFundMe page has raised over $31,000 now, and his business has taken off. And literally, this 8-year-old boy started his own business, his own plants business, and between that and the GoFundMe page, he has literally been able to pay for a new car for the family and help them get into a 1-bedroom apartment. 8 years old.
An 8-year-old did that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know where this is?
Yeah, so this was actually in California.
And it's a plant business, so people are buying plants and donating to the GoFundMe, or is it the GoFundMe was to fund the business?
The GoFundMe was made separately, and it's just to support. It was just made in support of him and his family. Is
Aaron's Garden still open?
As far as I'm aware, the article didn't specify that it had stopped, that the business had stopped, so I'm assuming they're still running.
So you heard it here first, folks. We know we have some California listeners. Go find Aaron's Gardens and buy some plants from him. He's 8 years old. He's working. He's going to be a billionaire before all of us. Buy some plants from him. Plant them in your garden and feel happy.
8 years old and is able to get his family a car and an apartment.
Well, that is the end of this Monday morning's episode. Tomorrow morning, we will have an all-new news article on Medium, so make sure you check it out. And then Wednesday morning, back here for Dumb Laws, and you know the rest of the schedule by now. But if you want to keep up with us in between uploads. Make sure you follow us on all social medias down in the show notes. Check out Nick's YouTube video that's also linked in the YouTube for his vocal cover that he just did. But until Wednesday morning, see ya.
Bye, guys.